Hey guys, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and I think a lot of people right now are discussing what the next update for Animal Crossing New Horizons might be. Currently, we're on version 1.9.0b, and I think a lot of people are kind of expecting that the next major update for the game might be version 2.0. However, it could actually be something different. So in this video, I wanted to discuss that and talk about what the next update might actually be and what it might include. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications to become a part of the Bob's gang. So, the recent updates for Animal Crossing New Horizons, specifically the last 3 that we've gotten, I think have been kind of underwhelming in terms of how much content we've gotten. Now, there have been some really great new things within these updates. For example, the one for the anniversary was probably one of the best updates we've gotten in a while. However, it still feels like we aren't getting major new content updates for the game, despite the fact that data mines have kind of shown that there are more things to come in the future. So I think a lot of us naturally are looking towards the future and kind of expecting that maybe the 2.0 update for Animal Crossing New Horizons might have a lot of content updates within it, kind of like we've expected with some other Nintendo games. However, it could actually be something very different entirely. Now, something interesting that I have learned is that updates don't necessarily have to go up to 2.0. Like I mentioned, we're currently on 1.9, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the next update is going to be 2.0. So I hate to burst people's bubble, but it does seem like there are other Nintendo games out there that actually got up to version 1.10 instead of going straight to version 2.0. I think that would mean if we did go to version 1.10, we'd probably see an update that is more similar to the ones we've gotten recently without any absolutely massive content updates. I think 2.0 will come in the future and that we will see a lot of content added in it, like perhaps the things that we've really been waiting to see, like Brewster and, maybe an online update or something big. I definitely think that could happen in version 2.0, but it's very possible that version 1.10 could actually be the next one and that it might be kind of underwhelming like the recent 3 updates we've gotten. That's not to say that version 1.10 would have to be underwhelming, but I think the past 3 updates have kind of shown this trend that Nintendo isn't adding a ton of stuff with the updates, but more kind of seasonal changes and new items to unlock via Nook shopping, rather than massive content changes. So perhaps that is something that we could expect with version 1.10, rather than a lot of the stuff that we really would like to see in a version 2.0. However, Splatoon, which is actually developed by the same people who do Animal Crossing, did have a really massive 2.0 update that actually came after version 1.4. So again, there is no sort of strict pattern for this. They don't have to go from version 1.9 to 1.10, and they don't have to go from 1.9 to 2.0. We really don't know exactly what they're going to choose. However, I think this update for Splatoon 2, which came out in 2017 for their 2.0 update, really does kind of give you a good idea of what Nintendo might do. Now, Splatoon basically acted as a model for Animal Crossing's updates. The way they do the updates in Splatoon and Animal Crossing are incredibly similar, which makes a lot of sense because, like I mentioned, it is the same team of developers. So they're using the same kind of update strategy to keep people interested in the game and keep providing new amounts of content each time. Some Splatoon updates were a lot smaller. They didn't provide as much stuff as, say, this 2.0 update did, which includes tons of new headgear and hairstyles and tracks and music and everything. And I really do think we could see something similar like that for 2.0 in Animal Crossing New Horizons, where we might see a whole ton of changes that we've seen in kind of the data mines and things that players have been waiting for a really long time. So it's anyone's guess as to whether Nintendo will do something similar to what they've done with Splatoon, or if they will just keep bringing out more kind of smaller updates just to keep people playing and keep people interested in talking about the game. Either way though, I do definitely think that a 2.0 update is much needed. We're still missing a lot of stuff even a year into the game, and today is actually the 20th anniversary of Animal Crossing in general, and I think a lot of people might have been expecting an update for that, but sadly that didn't actually happen. So, like I mentioned, what could we potentially see in a 2.0 update? Now, I did already make a predictions video about this quite a while ago when I was kind of getting really excited for the idea of this happening, until I kind of learned that it didn't necessarily have to go right up to 2.0. They could kind of you know, bring it to 1.10 and such. But I do think that if we do get a 2.0 update, it'll be more similar to the updates that we got last summer. You guys might remember the summer Wave 1 and Wave 2 updates. We got some pretty big new content updates back then. For example, we got the ability to swim and dive and donate that kind of stuff to the museum, which I think was really cool. I know a lot of people might not swim and dive now, but when that feature came out, it added something to the game that really had been missing for a long time. And then of course we had the update in April last year, which actually did bring us features like bushes and leaf, and it also brought us stuff like the art exhibit and Crazy Red. So, you know, we are still waiting for these big content updates. I do think they're coming, I honestly do, but who knows whether Nintendo will actually decide to bring it out soon, or if we're gonna have to wait even more months for the next major update to come out. I do like the idea of the smaller updates. I do think they give people more to do in the game, and they keep people kind of playing, even if it isn't the kind that we'd really love to see. For example, the last update, the anniversary one, I did think that was pretty good, you know, adding the custom design changes and such. That was definitely a welcome addition to the game. But let's be honest, that's not going to get people half as excited as, say, a museum update, which might include, say, like Brewster or something. But sadly, if it does go to version 1.10, which is very likely, I don't think we're going to be seeing something like that in that update. If they did bring out something like Brewster in the 1.10 update, then I guess the 2.0 update would just be insane, because I think we all kind of have a list in our heads now of the things we want to see the most come to the game. So whatever update they're going to be in is going to be perhaps one of the most exciting updates in Animal Crossing history. Now, like I mentioned, it is the 20th anniversary of Animal Crossing today, which is why I wanted to make this video, just to kind of, you know, do something to talk about the future of Animal Crossing. And Nintendo actually did release this really cool image showing every character in Animal Crossing history. Well, technically every character. I think maybe if you like count people like Ailey and Gulliver, they're not there. Even though there is Gulliver and Gullivar, which is interesting, so I guess they are different people. Who knows? But yeah, it just kind of made me a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy about Animal Crossing in general. I love Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've spent so many hours on it now, but I do get why people really miss a lot of these characters, and I do too. Especially because in the previous game, lots and lots of these characters were there. You know, of course we have some that haven't been here for ages, like Farley and Frillard. You know, we're not really expecting them to return. But some of the staples that we know and love that still aren't here in Animal Crossing New Horizons, it does make you pretty sad. Even seeing Rover there on the bottom kind of just reminds me of all the journeys that we've taken through each Animal Crossing game and all the characters that we've kind of left behind. So I really am hoping that we will see a massive content update soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if the next update is kind of a bit smaller and is just a 1.10 update. I don't want to make anyone disappointed, of course, but I always like to keep my expectations in check with these kind of things, so we'll just have to see what actually happens for the next update. But either way, happy anniversary to Animal Crossing, happy 20th anniversary. Animal Crossing, you are old. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below, do you think we're going to see the 2.0 update next that people have been waiting for, or is it going to be something more underwhelming like 1.10, where we might not see the massive content updates that we've really been waiting for? Definitely let me know down in the comment section, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you made it to the end of this video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did. If you want to help support my channel, click the join button down below the video to become a channel member. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks for doing so, like exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, exclusive content, and of course you get featured at the end of all my videos, so be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications so you get notified every time I post a new video. You can check out my links and my merch in the video description, and you can check out 2 more videos on the right side of the screen. So thank you so much for watching, and catch you in the next Animal Crossing video.